YouTube, what is up? It is week 13 of the NFL regular season. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. We are back with some picks for the weekend. I hated the Thanksgiving slate. I hate the Black Friday slate. Our weekend starts on Sunday when the real games are played that actually have betting value. And, last week we're coming off another profitable weekend. And guys, my voice might sound a little different. I've been really sick the past week. I'm getting through a really bad fever. So yeah, I probably sound a little sick, but we are coming off another profitable week. We ended that week plus 0.35 units. So it was a small profit. The only bet we lost was the Texans. We had the -2 on two of our teasers, so that kind of fucked us on having a really, really good week. But nonetheless, the Browns plus 3.5 came through for us for 1 unit, and then the Chargers +9 with the Bears plus 9.5 on a teaser. That came through for 0.4 units, and then we lost 1 unit combined on the two Texans teasers. They were 0.5 each. In the end, we ended up positive 0.35 units. For the season, we are now 20. I posted this on my Twitter. I hope I don't fuck it up. You can go back and fact check me. 23 wins, 17 losses. That puts us at, for the year, 57.5%, which is incredible. That is very good. I always say 55% up is professional win rate. And our units for the year are plus 5.1 units. So that's awesome. We're up 5.1 units this year, betting. And you guys, it's not like most people win money betting. Most people lose. And the fact that we're up 5.1 units, that just really validates what I'm doing and makes me feel like I'm on to something here and I'm not wasting my time and I'm actually providing you guys a lot of value. So we're just going to keep at it, and hopefully every week and every season we do better and better. So let's get into the first play we have for this week. We have the Cincinnati Bengals -3 plus 100 or even money, whatever you want to call it, hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. And guys, this is a 2-unit play. This is our first 2-unit play of the year. I'm not going to give the secret sauce on what determines 1-unit plays, 2 units plays, all that kind of stuff. But I will say one of the reasons why we're able to make this play 2-unit play is because now we have a cushion. So if I really, really like a play and we have a cushion, I can up the units a little bit. See, there's different ways to do bankroll management. I always tell you guys 1% to be safe. I have my own little way of doing it myself. My priority is always protecting you guys on this channel. I don't want anyone on here betting their whole bankroll or betting a fourth of their bankroll, something crazy, and blowing their account, because I could hit at 60%. If you don't manage your bankroll conservatively and efficiently enough, you'll blow it up. So that's why I'm extra conservative with you guys and what I tell you guys to do. But this play is a 2-unit play as opposed to what I always say is a 1-unit play. And here's the deal. I really like the Cincinnati Bengals in this spot, actually. It's a similar spot for both. Both teams kind of feeling. It's not it's not like the Steelers are in the same boat as the Bengals in the sense that they're 4-7. They really need a win. It's more so it's a must win for them almost to try to win the division and keep their home field advantage over the Ravens. That's kind of why this is a must win for the Steelers. This is obviously a must win for the Bengals because their shots at making the playoffs are already pretty slim. And if they lose this one, it's going to be really, really, really next to nothing slim. So this is a must-win scenario for them. For the Steelers, it's a similar must-win, but in a more positive light. But guys, I don't bet on it's a must-win. That's why I'm betting them. I'm just giving you a little background on this matchup. But as far as why I'm betting it, it's simple, guys. I don't need to overcomplicate this. Joe Burrow is a million times fucking better than Russell Wilson. It's not even close. They're different planets, and I'm not saying Russell Wilson has been bad with the Steelers. It's just that Joe Burrow, there's a real argument that he's the MVP this year. There's not a ton of guys. It might be him, it might be Lamar, it might be Josh Allen, Jared Goff. That's kind of the tiers. Russell Wilson isn't even close to that planet right now. These guys are balling on a totally different level, and Joe's been lighting it up this year. The Bengals, I think, have probably been the most unlucky team this year. I think the 4-7 record's one of the most deceiving records you'll ever see. A lot of things I talk about in this video aren't written down and pre-scripted. It's off the top of my head. And going off of memory, the only loss that I remember that's like a legit loss is the Philly loss. And when I say legit loss, I just mean like it couldn't have gone either way. Like they got fucked up. Philly fucked them up. Okay, they lost by I think 20. But these other games, off the top of my head, they lost to KC by a point. They lost to a lot of really good teams by like a point. Lost to KC by a point. And a lot of games they should have won. In that KC game, I think they missed an extra point. So that would have, worst case scenario, been overtime. They lost recently. They lost to the Ravens by 1 point, and they went for 2 like fucking idiots. I hate when teams go for 2. Just another extra point there. Game goes to overtime. Who knows? They lost to the Chargers. That was another one they should have won. They had 2 opportunities to basically have a game-winning field goal. Missed both of them. Chargers ended up getting the win. There were so many scenarios like that. The first time they played the Ravens, they had a game-winning field goal in overtime. Missed that. See how if you flip those 4 games, or even 3 of the 4, now they're all of a sudden they're like 7-4 or whatever they are. They have a real record. Instead, they're 4-7, and I think they're still looked at as a good team. But this line is terrible. -3 is way too low. Way too low. That's the discrepancy between Burrow and Wilson. It's not -3 is saying these teams are equal. Yeah, I'd say Pittsburgh has a better defense than Cincy, but I don't think it's as much, I don't think the gap of how much better they are is as crazy to warrant, like, to make the line equal. I just don't see that at all. They're a little bit better. They're solid, and but the Bengals don't act like they have 0 players. They have Trey Hendrickson, who leads the lead in sacks. Bengals have a crazy stat, unless it's changed. I'm not sure, but I think it's the same. They just had a bye week, so maybe it changed. But before going into their bye week, Joe Burrow, passing leader, Jamar Chase, receiving leader, and Trey Hendrickson, sack leader. So they got fucking weapons and dogs everywhere. This team's really loaded. They just haven't been able to get the big breaks and bounces to go their way. They just haven't. It's unfortunate. It's really even hard to downgrade them. It's just a team that's unlucky, man. It is what it is. There's a good chance they don't make the playoffs, but you just have to look at them week by week, and they're still a really good team, even though they have a bad record, and they're playing against a team with a really good record. The Steelers, on the other hand, I bet against them last week. I had the Browns plus 3.5. They won outright. I've been saying it for a couple weeks now. I'm not sold on the Steelers offense at all. Again, Russell Wilson's okay, but I just don't see them being consistent enough. The Steelers generally win a lot of ugly games, a lot of field goals against a lot of ugly teams, and I just think the Bengals in this one is just going to be too much. I think it's going to be a Mercedes in the Steelers, or maybe the Steelers are more ugly. Maybe like a Raptor, just a big truck, trying to race, a Ferrari. The Bengals are a Ferrari. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, I think they're just going to be too much. Even like the running back Chase Brown, I think they're going to score points. I'm not going to say at will, but close to it. I think they're going to just do their thing on offense. And the Steelers are going to have to play catch up, and that's not really what the Steelers want to do. They want to run the ball more and play those ugly games. I think the Bengals get ahead of them, make it hard for the Steelers to play their normal, ugly, sloppy game. And I think this one has a decent margin. I think the Bengals win this one by 7 or 7+. And I think it's a pretty easy victory for the Bengals. That's my prediction. So we got Bengals -3, even money, 2 units, our first 2-unit play of the season. Again, guys, you never have to bet my picks. It's not financial advice, just what I think. And I like documenting this stuff publicly so we can see at the end of the year how well we did. Again, we're up 5.1 units going into this week. Let's try to keep it rolling here with the Bengals. And that's it, guys. If I have more plays, I'll post them after this one. But for now, that's it, guys. Let's go Bengals, and good luck. Peace.